Now, many of us in the West have grown up on Cinderella stories where goodness and patience reap their own rewards. But those who grew up on the Vietnamese version of Cinderella know that even the sweetest girl can be pushed to her limit. Tonight I'm sharing Tum and Cam, the Vietnamese Cinderella story. And I apologize for my American accent.
Fucked up fairy tales with Liz.
Ding! Once upon a time, a girl named Tum lived with her widowed father. Tum was lovely and sweet and raised very well by her devoted dad. Eventually, the man remarried, and Tum gained not only a stepmother, but eventually a half-sister. Her sister's name was Cam. The stepmother couldn't stand Tum. She was envious on how her husband would dote on her, and envious of how beautiful she was. This got worse after the birth of her own daughter, and she began to poison her husband's mind about his own little girl. Sadly, it worked, and the stepmother began to treat Tum as poorly as she liked to. And eventually her father died, and Tum was left only under her stepmother's cruel rule. Stepmom forced Tum into servitude, giving her the most vile tasks. But just keeping her overworked and dirty wasn't enough to hide how beautiful Tum was, and it definitely couldn't hide her sweet personality and beautiful singing voice. So her stepmother decided to up the ante. Tum's stepmother began sending her on more and more dangerous errands. Tum, go get rid of the hornet's nest behind the house. Tum, get some water from the well, the very deep well. Really lean in there. Tum, I have a craving for fresh wolf meat. Would you go out there and take one down with your bare hands? And Cam was picking up her mother's trash ways. One day the stepmother sent the girls out on an errand together. Girls, I need you to visit the pond and go fishing. Whichever of you fills up your basket more will get a beautiful red silk bodice, and the loser will get flogged within an inch of her life. Have fun! So the girls went out to the pond, each with a basket in tow. Tum hadn't worn a beautiful garment in quite some time, and she really craved getting this red bodice. So she filled up her basket quickly. But Cam wasn't quite as motivated. Cam, my basket is full. How are you doing? Sorry, I was just looking at my reflection in the water. What were you saying? I said my basket is full of fish and shrimp. Are you ready to go back? Naturally, Cam had done zero work. Tum, we cannot go back yet. Look how filthy your hair is. You should take some time to wash it, otherwise Mom will throw a fit. Oh, good call, Cam. Thanks for the tip. While Tum washed her hair, Cam took Tum's basket of fish and headed home with them. Mom, look at all this fish I got while Tum did her hair all day. Well, you have earned yourself that beautiful red silk garment, my dear. Yay, I can't wait to wear it while you beat the shit out of Tum. Meanwhile, back at the lake. Oh, fuck, I am such a fool. I worked so hard and now I am going to bear the brunt of my sister's laziness. Hello, Tum. Why are you crying? Oh, goddess of mercy! My sister took credit for all of the fish that I caught, and now I will be beaten for her laziness. Poor little Tum, dry your eyes. Your fishing basket isn't as empty as you think it is. Oh, what a darling little red fish! I'm your new magic fish friend. Take that little fish home to your well and feed it 3 times a day. It will be your very own secret and dear friend. Oh, wonderful! Thank you so much! So you're not going to do anything about my whole abusive stepmother situation? Bye! Tum took the fish home and took care of it as she was told. Whenever she visited the well, she would sing for the fish and it would appear just for her. Tum's stepmother became suspicious of her new happiness and her frequent visits to the well. Tum, I need some water from the spring, but not the one you usually go to. Go fetch from the one that's like half a day's hike. Oh, sure, let me just grab my coat. Leave your coat and do it now, you lazy ass! While Tum was gone, her stepmother dressed herself in Tum's coat and rags. She went out to visit the well in the disguise, and that was enough to trick the little fish. He popped up expecting Tum, and instead met his maker. Cam, darling, we're having fish for dinner. When Tum returned and visited the well herself, all she found was blood circling the top of the water. Oh no! I don't even get a fucking fish for a friend! Yoo-hoo, Tum, I'm back! Don't cry, dear. Your step-bitch did kill your fish, it's true. But if you can find its bones and bury them under your sleeping mat, it will bring you whatever you pray to possess. Bye! However am I going to find where she chucked the bones, though? Give me a rice paddy and I'll help you find them bones. The hen brought Tum to a pile of leaves and scratched away at them, revealing the discarded fish bones. Tum buried them beneath her sleeping mat as instructed. News arrived that the king was holding a huge celebration for the autumn festival and everyone was invited. Cam and her mother prepared to visit that day, but they also devised a plan to keep Tum at home. While it may be true that everyone is invited to the autumn festival, you, Tum, have not finished your chores. Somehow this huge basket of unwashed rice got mixed up with this huge basket of washed rice, and I need you to sort them back before you can attend the festival tonight. Good luck, Tum. Why is my life the worst? Sorting rice? Hello, Tum, I'm back. They don't call me the goddess of mercy for nothing. See those houseflies over there? Bibbidi-bobbidi-boo, baby! Those flies are birds! Those birds were organizing the rice in no time flat. Meanwhile, Tum needed something to wear. Magic Fishbones, will you put something together for me to wear to the festival tonight? Tum suddenly found herself in a beautiful owie of blue and gold. It had matching accessories, including very intricate golden slippers. She looked as radiant as a princess. Not only that, but the bones provided her with a miniature horse, which grew into a full-size horse that she rode to the festival. She was in such a hurry she didn't even notice that one of her beautiful slippers slipped off her foot and fell into a stream. While the festival was a-ragin', that beautiful golden slipper happened to travel along the stream right past the king himself. Its beauty caught his eye, and he plucked it out of the stream to study it. Look at the craftsmanship on this thing. Guards, try this slipper on all the ladies of the court. I want to know who it belongs to. Your Highness, we tried it on all the ladies of the court, but none could fit the slipper. Then try it on all the noble women. Sir, it fit none of the noble women either. Well, keep trying. Whoever fits this slipper is going to be my bride. Sorry, did I hear you right, Your Highness? You like this shoe so much, you want to marry whoever it fits? Just 'cause you like the shoe. Less talking, more shoe shoving! Pardon me, Your Highness, I think I can save you some time. That slipper belongs to me. I have the other slipper. If the shoe fits, marry it! So the king married Tum, and she became queen alongside him. But Tum's story is far from over, because her stepfamily was seething. I'm gonna kill that lucky bitch! Now, while Tum was married to the king and was safe within his walls, there wasn't much her stepfamily could do. But Tum's stepmother knew that Tum would be visiting home soon for the death anniversary of her father, so her stepmother took advantage of this tradition. Tum, we need a fresh serving of beetle nuts for your father's anniversary. I know, you're the queen and all, but do you think you might climb up that areca tree and shake down some nuts for us? I am no queen this day, only a dutiful daughter. Tum climbed the tree, and when she got to the top, she noticed it swaying dangerously. Stepmom, what's happening down there? Oh, there's ants all over this tree, Tum. I'm just hitting it with an axe so the ants will be scared away. I don't want you to get bitten, Tum. I don't know. Killing ants with an axe seems like overkill. Tum's stepmother felled the tree, and the tree and Tum came crashing down, and Tum was killed instantly. That's right, Cinderella dies in her own story, kids. But she won't be gone for long. Oh, thank God, we are finally rid of her. All right, Cam, this is what we're going to do. We'll tell the king that Tum died in a tragic accident, but we'll dress you in her garments and offer you up as a wife instead. Hi, brother-in-law king. So, what do you think? Consolation bride? I'm sure. So Cam became the king's new wife. But Tum's soul could not find any rest. She was reincarnated into the form of a nightingale, and she settled herself in the king's garden, where she would sing him beautiful songs. She also bitched at the palace servants if she felt like they weren't taking good enough care of the king. Excuse me, laundress, you call that a delicate cycle? The way you're hand-washing my husband's robes, you might as well drive over them and back with 40 horses, you rough ham-fisted bimbo. The king became enraptured with the bird and its song. Maybe it's the grief talking, but I have a hunch. Bird, if you're my dead wife, come nestle in my sleeve. Tum flew to his arm and nuzzled her head in his hand. So the king moved the bird to his quarters, and he spent a lot of time with it. And Cam noticed. Mom, my husband the king spends all day with a fucking bird. And I think the bird is Tum. Well, the next time he's out of the house, kill the bird, cook it, and eat it. Geez, Mom, you are really into eating things that piss you off. It's poetic and satisfying. So Cam did just that. After she'd had the bird killed, she threw the feathers into the garden. The king was devastated. And Tum was determined to haunt that girl's ass. The discarded nightingale feathers grew into a gorgeous tree. The king once again found himself drawn to Tum's reincarnated form, and he spent all day under the shade of his wife tree's branches. Mom, my husband the king is in love with a tree now. Chop down the tree and eat it? No, don't eat a tree. Make it into a loom. Make that reincarnated bitch work for you. You're the queen, goddammit! So Cam had the tree cut down and its wood fashioned into a loom. But whenever she sat down to weave, the loom had something to say. Now you listen to me, you home-wrecking son of a C-word. I know what you did last summer. You sit here thinking you can win that man by taking me down every time? You and I both know he's thinking of me when he's pity-fucking you. You think you can end me? I will come down on you so hard, you're gonna wish you died under that areca tree. Ah! Cam took the loom as far from the palace as she could go and had it burned to ashes. Stop haunting me, Sister Loom! But Tum wouldn't rest. She was reincarnated once again, growing from the ashes into another beautiful tree, this time that bore beautiful, sweet-smelling golden fruit. One day an old woman in the woods passed under her branches. Oh, you beautiful tree. If you would give me one of your golden fruit, I wouldn't even eat it. I would just treasure it forever. The Tum tree granted her wish and dropped a fruit in her bag. The old woman brought it home and made it a centerpiece on her table so the whole room would smell of the beautiful fruit. The next day, when the old woman returned from her errands, she noticed that her whole house had been cleaned and a fresh meal had been cooked for her. So the next day she began sleuthing. All right, I'm headed out. I'm definitely not gonna hide behind my door and spy. The woman witnessed a gorgeous girl, Tum of course, emerge from the golden fruit. And the woman began tidying up the house and cooking. So the old woman rushed in and she tore the fruit to pieces. Now you can stay here and be my daughter. Okay. One day the king went hunting and he found himself lost in the woods where the old woman lived. He showed up on her doorstep and asked for shelter. She welcomed him and offered him some tea and betel nuts. Who prepared the betel? It reminds me so much of what my late wife used to make. My adopted daughter did, but she's just a simple gal. May I meet her? Sure. Tum, my girl! Tum! My girl! The king and Tum were so grateful to be reunited that they wept in each other's arms. Tum was taken back home and reinstated as the rightful queen. Cam found herself completely pushed to the sidelines. She also realized that she might not be in very good favor with the queen, what with all the multiple murder attempts. So she attempted some flattery to try to get on her sister's good side. Tum, my queen and sister, you are so beautiful. You simply have to share your skincare routine with me. Well, sister, every day I have my attendants bathe me, and that's what leaves my skin so youthful and glowing. Would you like to try it? Fuck yes. Cam was led to a deep pit and was told to lie down inside. Oh good, is she all relaxed in there? Excellent. Guards, fill the pit with boiling hot water. And that's how Tum cooked her sister alive. Now, Tum didn't do it just for the purposes of killing her. She still had her stepmother to deal with. So when Tum had Cam cooked, they reduced her down to a sauce. They jarred the sauce up and sent it to her stepmother. Ma'am, your daughter Cam has sent you this condiment bottled up at the royal kitchen. Fancy! I'm gonna put that on everything! And she did. Almost every meal she gave herself a serving of that Cam sauce. One day a bird showed up to tell her the real deal. Lady, that sauce is Cam sauce. Your daughter is the sauce. The sauce is your daughter. Get out of my kitchen, you crazy-ass bird! But the stepmother realized the bird's words were true when she reached the bottom of the jar and saw her daughter's skull staring up at her. And she died of the shock. The end. If you enjoyed that, you definitely should read The Magic Fish by Trung Ling Win. Totally fantastic book, and Tum and Cam is one of the fairy tales in it. Also, there's a movie of it that they produced in Vietnam in 2016 or 2017. I regret to inform you that based on what I've read, it seems like it's a lot more family-friendly than the original story. There will be no boiling of Cam in this one. Instead, they have a little side plot for the king, which gets some more action scenes in the movie. But it looks kind of fun. I don't know, maybe we should try to have a watch party or something. It's on YouTube. Have a good one, and I'll see you next time for another fucked up fairy tale.
Fucked up fairy tales with Liz. Fucked up fairy tales with Liz.